What's going on, Jerome's? 2 preseason games are in the books. Only 1 week of practice and one last preseason game, which the starters may play. Who knows? So the guys on the fringes of the roster, last chance for romance. Gotta get things done if you want to make the roster or the practice squad. So here is, 53-man projection 19.0. I don't know. Winner number 1, Lewis Dean. Just to make people, man, people are passionate about that argument, but it's whatevs. All right, so starting off at quarterback. So 2 on the roster, 2 on the practice squad. I'll explain. So Kirk and Nick Mullins. Mullins is clearly the quarterback 2. Jaron Hall has shown some glimpses, inconsistency. How much do you blame on the receivers and drops? How much do you blame on the offensive line? How much do you put on him? It's kind of rough. And also, Jordan Ta'amu, who they haven't officially signed yet, and they haven't displaced someone on the 50 or on the 90-man. But why would you sign Ta'amu right now unless you plan to maybe get a closer look at him on the practice squad? Unless you just really want to look at him for a week and then go from there. But we'll see. I think that both of them are intriguing enough, and with the expanded practice squads, I think that it could behoove them to have 2 on the practice squad until one of them really differentiates themselves from the other. Next up, running backs. So Madison, Ty Chandler, who's clearly the running back 2. Dwayne McBride, the rookie, showed a little bit of life, scored his first NFL touchdown, as well as King Kene. Now, Kene could end up on the IR short term after 53-man roster cuts. I could easily see that. You got CJ Ham as your fullback. Aaron Dykes, who was just signed last week, the former UDFA out of Richmond, and the Spider. I mean, he had a couple of nice carries. He had a couple of nice receptions, as well as he had kick return duties, against the Titans. I think he makes a practice squad. Cut is Abram Smith. And we said this before. You don't realize with the 53-man roster and 16-man practice squad, but really 17 for the Vikings, which we'll get to, that's 70 players. So really only 20 players on the 90-man roster don't stay in the sphere. That's not many. At the receiver spot, eventually, there we go. So Justin Jefferson makes a team. It's always good. 6 receivers on this 53. JJ, Addison, KJ. I think those are stone cold up pipe blocks. You got Jalen Rager, who, I don't know. His first preseason game was better than the second one, except I think that he is rising up. Brandon Powell had himself a nice game. He's also had a couple nice practices. N'Keal Harry, he didn't play against the Titans. He had a minor soft tissue injury, but I think that he has impressed in a short amount of time on the team, and I think that he brings a little something different to the receiver room. Now, you could say practice squad, you could say 53, I'm mad at you. Practice squad, Jalen Naylor may end up on IR. It's possible. Thayer Thomas has looked good. I like his chances to at least make the practice squad. Tristan Jackson. Now, if you want to swap out, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swap out N'Keal and Tristan, and everything is all good. Cut Lucky Jackson, even though they sent his guy Jordan Ta'amu from the XFL. Lucky barely doesn't make it. Blake Prohl just had a couple of drop issues and has been given ample opportunity. It's not looking good. Garrett Mogg might end up on the IR. Jacob Copeland, no go. Tight ends, zoom in and enhance. Trying to get this. I don't like technology. There you go. All right, so 3 tight ends on the 53, 2 on the practice squad. So Hawk, Oliver, Johnny Munt might be the best alkaline tight end trio in the league. Nick Muse, your company's computer guy, has had himself 2 nice preseason games. Also, Ben Sims had a couple nice catches, and both of them threw some really nice blocks as tight ends, so they're good to go. Released is Colin Thompson, even though he had himself a nice game too. The long snapping enthusiast. There we go. Offensive line, 9 on, 2 on the practice squad, and 5 cuts. So Rooster, Darisaw, Ezra, Bradbury, Ed Ingram, and Brian O'Neill. We need you. We need you so bad. Please do well. For reserves, Blake Brando, who could play guard or tackle. Austin Schlutman, the veteran. Jack Snyder, the Snyder cut. Now, you could swap Snyder with Alan Ali. I would prefer Snyder, personally. Then you got Oli Udoh, who, I don't know what it is. Oli Udoh played good last year replacing Brian O'Neill, but he's been not great in the first 2 preseason games. Vidarian Lowe on the practice squad. Now, you could swap out Lowe for, I don't know, Snyder, I guess. I could see that. But Alan Ali, who worked with the second team offensive line, did well in the run blocking game. Pass blocking leaves something to be desired, but he is in there as well. Cut Jared Williams, Josh Sokol, Chris Trindalaro, Chim Okorafor, who they replaced our guy Jackie Chen with. Now, Chris Reed is on NFI. I think there's a chance that he remains on NFI to start the regular season, so he would miss the first 4 games of the year at minimum. Defensively, on the D-line, you know you want it. Phillips, Tonga, Lowry, Bullard, Jaqueline, Asazi. Sheldon Day makes his way onto the practice squad. He had himself a really nice game, man, against the Tennessee Titans. Lots of pressures, a couple nice stops as well. Let go. TJ Smith, Ross Blacklock just hasn't really gotten that traction. Calvin Avery let go as well. Living on the edge, keeping 5. Daniil Davenport, Wanham, Jones II, Andre Carter II, the UDFA. Luigi Villain. Now, I think there's a chance that they could have Villain on the 53 like he was last year and Carter II on the practice squad if they want to gamble or find a way to keep 6 edge rushers and maybe 5 on the defensive line. It's possible. Junior Aho, the international pathway player, hasn't really made a splash in practice or preseason games, but basically it's an open spot. You get a 17th player on the practice squad. Curtis Weaver and Benton Whitley. Now, Whitley had himself a nice game. A couple of pressures, just couldn't seal the deal on Malik Willis, but he was bringing some heat off the edge. Now, maybe he works his way into a practice squad spot. I don't know. Off-ball linebackers. Asamoah, Pace Jr., Jordan Hicks, and Troy Dye. So Dye works his way back into the good grace. Now, Asamoah, could Asamoah make the 53 and then be placed on IR? It's been a while. He's been out with that minor injury. Tanner Vallejo coming in on the practice squad has played some good special teams. Now, with the special teams, with the practice squad rules of elevating players on game day, I could see Vallejo being on the a game day roster for the first couple weeks, and then eventually they call him up to the 53. Let go, Beauplan Huber. Quenku is on the IR, as well as veteran Troy Reeder as well. Cornerback room. So got Mekhi Blackman, who escaped serious injury with that arm. Caleb Evans, Byron Murphy Jr. Those are your 3. Joanne Williams, length on the outside. 2 nice games from him. Najee Thompson, the special teamer, makes it on there. And like we said, with practice squad elevation rules, having Booth Jr., if he clears waivers on the practice squad, as well as Jalen Williams on there, they could elevate them a number of times on the game day roster. Cut Tay Gowan, Kalon Barnes, and CJ Colden. Safety-wise, I truly believe the Vikings are going to keep 5 safeties, which is a rarity, but since Brian Flores loves using 3+ safeties on the field, it makes sense. Harrison, Bynum, Metellus, Locks, Scene, probably going to make it, given his first-round status, and I still believe that's right. And I think Theo Jackson, Jay Ward are competing over 1 spot. Last week we had Jay Ward making the 53-3-0 on the practice squad. This week, flip-flop, snip-snap. Then specialists, yes. I mean, we don't need this. Yeah. It's over. Greg Joseph beat out Pud Lesney. There you go. So take a look at the practice squad. I got 2 quarterbacks, Ta'amu, Jaron Hall, the running back Aaron Dykes, the new dude. The wide receiver is Jalen Naylor if he's not on IR. Thayer Thomas, Tristan Jackson. The 2 tight ends, Nick Muse, as well as UDFA Ben Sims, Vidarian Lowe, Alan Ali, the 2 offensive linemen on the practice squad. Defensively, Sheldon Day. Oh, baby. Edge rushers, Junior Aho, the international pathway player, Luigi Villain, Tanner Vallejo, the special teamer, and two corners, Booth Jr. and Jalen Williams. Now, it wouldn't be guaranteed that Booth Jr. gets through waivers, but we'll see. And then Jay Ward is on the carry on my Jay Ward son is on the practice squad. But that's it. That's take a look at the Vikings 53-man roster projection after the second preseason game. Let us know your thoughts on our thoughts. Let us know where we're right, and let us know where we're right. You know what to do. Support the work, subscribe, put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.